Hello everybody, I am Ben from Team Panic, and today we have a toaster. So this is going to be another brand new episode of Will It Bot. A little while ago on Reddit there was a post that looked like somebody had duct taped or screwed a toaster to the top of an RC car and drove that around. And while that was quite funny, it gave me an idea. I want to turn a toaster into a combat robot. So today we're asking, will it bot? As normal, there are the same rules as when we did BottleBot, that it has to become a robot of an actual weight class, and it has to have a spinning weapon or a weapon of some kind, and of course it must end up kind of sort of looking like a toaster. It can't end up being not a toaster. So obviously we're going to pull this whole thing apart. This is a brand new El Cheapo $9 toaster. I did decide to buy a new toaster rather than get a second-hand one, just because there are some parts in here that I want to nab out and use for a future build, I think. So I wanted to grab to salvage as many parts out of this thing as possible, and yeah, on second-hand toasters, you don't always get to salvage everything, and if you do, some of the times they are so disgusting you throw them out. Yeah, so obviously, first things first, we're going to pull apart the toaster. Okay, so with everything pulled apart, it is dawning on me how massive this toaster is. I mean, look at this. There is so much room inside here. And realistically, the biggest problem with that is that so this whole bit got kind of long and rambly, so I'm just going to kind of voice over top of this and just redo what this was. So I pulled this whole thing apart, as I said, and it is huge. There is so much space inside there, which is good because it means I can kind of just like pack the electronics in anywhere. However, the slit for the toaster is actually offset from the main body. So I had a bit of a dilemma to see if I wanted to build a bot the entire width of the toaster and then offset the blade, or only build something as wide as the slot and keep the blade central to the robot. And I think we're going to do the latter one, because it just makes everything nicer in terms of drive and stuff like that. Having an offset weapon just kind of causes all sorts of issues. So we're going to build a robot that is just as wide as the toaster slit, and yeah, hope that we can fit everything else in around there. Pretty sure we can. Like I said, this thing is absolutely massive. There is plenty of room inside for actually fitting a robot. Okay, so there you go. It's starting to come together, and you can see kind of sort of what the shape is going to be. And then if we can just kind of jam this in here, you can see it's going to be slightly offset from the actual body of the toaster. We're going to have to cut some slots for wheels and some slots to hold everything in place. But it is coming together quite well. Now, we're going to steal all of the electronics out of Don't Need Roads, which is all of that stuff right there. That's going to help quite a lot, because we'll just literally bolt this stuff into place as we need it. And now we're going to have to wait for a weapon mode or weapon blade to come. Well, in actual fact, you guys aren't going to have to wait, because I've already done all of that waiting. And here we go. 300 grams of mild steel with the most amount of reach I could possibly get. Check it out. It barely fits inside this hole in the toaster slot here. So yeah, perfect. All right, let us continue on. I think we'll get the blade mounted up first. It sits in here and should spin in that angle. Then we're going to have to modify up the motors. They're going to bolt on the outside because they kind of rub on wheels and bits and pieces. Yeah, but so far, so good. Go! It is almost there, actually, and it is looking like, yes, you can turn a toaster into a combat robot. This thing is all fitting together really, really well right now, actually. The only real issue is because the blade is so heavy, it is a bit front heavy, and the wheels are up off the ground when it's sitting down, which is not great, but it is something that I can fix. So, thankfully, within this week, I get a chance to fight this guy, so I am going to reprint those wheels. There's a couple of minor tweaks I need to make to those wheels anyway. So reprint those wheels to be slightly taller, which means that they should hit the ground more often. I also need to cut some holes in the back plate so that the wheels can go through those as well. We'll zip tie in most of the electronics and Velcro in the battery, and that'll be pretty much it. I don't think I'm going to have the weight, unfortunately, to put a little panel in the front to make it actually look like toaster slots. But at the end of the day, that's not a real big deal to me. Like I said, it's supposed to look like a toaster, but if we kind of stand this guy up this way around and kind of sit it like that, it still mostly looks like a toaster. Let's just hide the weapon away. There we go, look, it's a toaster, see? No problem. And I mean, you know, we also have the other side of that whole equation where you can actually see the wheels sitting at the back anyway. So it's never going to look perfectly like a toaster. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish this up, and then hopefully the next thing you'll see is it fighting something. So there you go. That was the fights of this combat robot, this toaster combat robot that I have chosen to call Breakfast for pretty obvious reasons. Also, as you can see, I stuck a little piece of paper in the front here with a picture of toast on it, just to kind of give it more of a toastery appearance, I guess. So those fights that you just saw, they did seem a little, they may have seemed a little kind of out of sequence. That's because there was only a couple of them, and it was because ARC was filming something for something else. So I got to go in and fight Breakfast here, but I didn't really have a normal full suite of fights. It was just the kind of 2 fights, and they were done mostly for the camera, not really for actually fighting. So yeah, there's no kind of wins or losses for the robot. If there was, I would kind of sort of be going kind of about 50-50 at this point. But it did pretty well. In the first fight, the weapon spun up really, really well and hit the blade of the Thwackbot and bent it really, really quite badly, actually. It was really good. And the weapon then kept spinning after that, which is a first for me in beetle weights. Being able to deliver a really big hit and have the weapon keep going was awesome. I need to keep doing that. And of course I will as I keep building better and better beetle weights. Then, of course, in the second fight, I was fighting Lumberjack, which is the most feared robot in ARC at the moment. And my drive was out. I was using these really bad plastic geared motors just because they were something that I had in my house and they fit into the shape of the toaster. I shouldn't have been using these realistically, and through the first fight these started to weaken, and then in the second fight I actually lost one of the motors out of it. There you go. Nice little motor sitting out the back there. So that meant I was basically a sitting duck, and we kind of played that up a little bit for the cameras and I got some nice damage. But that's all good. It is just a toaster. I can go out and get another toaster and bolt the same robot into a new toaster body and everything will be all good to go. So, conclusion time. Yes, you absolutely can turn a toaster into a combat robot. And I would recommend it. This worked out really well. I mean, that is some severe damage, but it is nowhere near the actual internal working of this robot. So it's nowhere near anything critical. And I could have kept going as long as these motors didn't blow out. So this guy will come back again. Breakfast will get a version 2 with better motors at some point in the near future. And it will actually be a competitive robot. So there you go. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video.